Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up with our outstanding coaches this week. And the women still in the middle of their homestand. They finish it up tonight against William Jewell, and joining us is their head coach, Collin Lanam. And Collin, this has been a grind over the last 7 days, and it still continues. We hit the road on Saturday, but, you know, some results we liked, some results we didn't, but still a lot of positives that we can take out of some of the games over this past week.
Yeah, you know, when you play 3 games in 5 days and you lead that off with a 40-minute battle against Drury, it's gonna be a rough few days after that. And we saw the result of that on Monday, and you know, that's not to take any credit away from what Missouri S&T did. Really proud of the effort that we put forward. You know, that's one thing that we've talked about the last couple days preparing for this weekend is, you know, our effort has been there. It's just we've got to compete a little bit more when our minds start to go and our bodies start to go a little bit. There's definitely more in the tank, and figuring out what that is and what those limits are, I think, is what's really going to help us, you know, once we get into the conference tournament and beyond.
No doubt about it. And a week like this kind of gets you ready for that conference tournament because you're playing 3 games in 4 days, and the way the new setup is, you may play 3 straight days. So, you know, this kind of gets everybody kind of, okay, we're going to see this when we make the conference tournament in the end of at the beginning of March.
Exactly. And for our younger kids, it's learning what that struggle is of the conference. And, you know, we're very inexperienced in terms of having a lot of freshmen and sophomores or first-year players. So just kind of getting a feel for that. And the teams that have done well so far, the teams that have been overly aggressive and assertive and competitive. And so, you know, we're very talented. Like I told the girls, I'll take them against anybody else, you know, in the country. But we got to put 40 minutes together. We have to learn to be able to, you know, rely on different people at different times when things aren't going well for everybody. Who can we rally around? And can we still have that complete team play when one person steps up when it's their moment?
Talk about Yu Longs. I mean, number one, just doing a terrific job, but rebounding-wise, I mean, you know, 5'1", 5'2" guard, and she's got 10 rebounds the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, she's the bounciest kid on the floor every night. You know, there's no surprise about that. You know, everybody makes comments about, you know, how small she is and how high she jumps. The thing that's been great about Yu over the past few weeks is, you know, she was a little disappointed in how things had started for her, and she's shifted her focus to not worrying about what was going on with her, but what can she do to help the team win, and kind of going back to that competitive side of things. And Yu is very competitive. So, you know, when you see her get down, it's not because she's mad or upset with anybody. She's just upset with herself to not do more. And so, you know, what we've talked a lot about is just changing that body language and go do something else. If one thing's not working, there's another facet of the game that you can affect. And defensively, she's been good for us. Rebounding, she's been good for us. Her shot selection has gotten a lot better, and so she's hitting more shots now, and she's not forcing that action.
You know, William Jewell comes in tonight to wrap up the 4-game homestand. You know, a team that, once again, it goes back to some of the other teams we've done. It's a battle every time we play them, whether it's out the, you know, Valdez Center or it's here. Yeah,
they play hard. You know, that's what we talked to the girls as we've been prepping for this. No matter what, they come out and they fight, and they give you 40 minutes of hell. And that's a tribute to their coaching staff and the way they get those girls to go. You know, their record is not indicative of how good they are. They've had a lot of close losses against really good teams. So they've just been on the wrong end of a lot of late situations. So, you know, it's going to be a fight again. No nights off in the GLVC.
No doubt about it. And then Saturday, head out to Kansas City, Rockhurst, and once again, tough place to play. They always give us battles year in and year out, and once again, it just is a tribute to the conference and what you got to go through in order to be successful.
Yeah, Larry's done a great job out there, and as always, they're still competitive every night they play. Extremely good three-point shooters. I think they're right behind us in field goal percentage, but I think they're hitting more per game from the perimeter. So it's going to be a shootout for sure. Probably going to be a lot of points scored once we get over to their place. But, you know, haven't really looked forward to that game a whole heck of a lot other than watching them play against Jewell last week. But we know it's going to be a fight, and it's going to be a good challenge for us to get out there.
And I'm sure you guys as a coaching staff, and I mean, yeah, you got to be successful over the next couple games, but I'm sure everybody's looking forward to getting that breather on Sunday and Monday, you know, at least kind of recharge the batteries a little bit after this 5 games, 9 days, that we were set up with.
Yeah. So part of the thing too is not focusing on that. It's, hey, it is what it is. It's part of it. We've got to dig our heels in and compete. Everybody else has the same schedule that we do, so we can't feel sorry for ourselves and look forward to those breaks. When they come, let's take advantage of them, but for now we got to worry about today and tomorrow. The time off is good. We enjoyed a day off on Tuesday. Our energy was great coming back at it and competing yesterday in practice. So, I think our mindset is just changing that, we can sit here and talk about all the negatives, but let's really focus on the things that we can affect and control what we can control. It's what we've been talking about a lot in the locker room. Can't always affect what the other team's going to do. Can't affect what the officials are going to call, but our mindset, our mentality, our effort, competing, we can affect all those things.
No doubt about it, buddy. Good luck tonight. We'll see you here in a couple hours over at Simon.
Sounds great.
Collin Lanam joins us as he does all the time here on Saints Vision. Once again, tonight we're home here against William Jewell, 5:15 start. Weather may be an issue, so if you can't make it here to Simon Center, we'll have it all for you on the GLVC Sports Network. Or if you can't watch there, follow us on Twitter at Maryville Saints. Also, Saturday's game, 1 o'clock out at Rockhurst. That game will be on the GLVC Sports Network. You'll be able to follow along there as well as our women finish up their homestand and then hit the road for one out in Kansas City. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.